Welcome to part 1 of the video. In this, we would be covering about very important concept which practically known as benchmark regulation. This is one of the most debatable topic we have in the world, and with the passage of time it would continue. Now, before I continue with the first part of the video, I would like to show you a book. Now, this is a book which is by the Bloomberg Press. You can clearly see that it is written here, the Bloomberg Press. And this book is readily available on Amazon. You can get it from Amazon. And you can see that how I study the book. I never study the book from an angle of plain reading. Rather, I study the book from an angle of the key concepts it is going to show you. You can see that these yellow stickers which I have pasted, and I'm not yet done in this book. I am done till page number 40 and I need to cover near about 200 pages, which means another 160 to 170 pages are pending. So this is the book and these are the stickers which I have pasted. But I have to admit one thing very clearly, that just like Bloomberg TV, this book is also having many issues. The writer of this book, Mr. Liam Wegwan and Gavin Finch, having extremely poor understanding about the treasury function of a bank. And I, Rahul Magan, on a personal note, not from Treasury Consulting, rather a personal note, is giving a clear challenge to, the Bloomberg Press. Rather, I would say that there are two lines, I would say the praise words. Number one is the told with the verve and panache of a thriller, genuinely brilliant. The Telegraph, height of stupidity. There is nothing brilliant about this book. A great read by this book, The Times, another stupidity. Of course, it is an average read. Oh, these kind of books are also available on the Amazon. And I challenge Bloomberg that if they feel they are competent, let me talk and I handle the issue. But anyways, one important thing about the book is able to cover or able to justify the topic which they are talking. And the topic is nothing but the LIBOR. LIBOR is London Interbank Offer Rate. We are in February 2022 and the first phase of the LIBOR is more or less done. Well, practically speaking, theoretically speaking, many banks are done with the phase 1 except Indian banks. We'll have more videos in that regards. But practically speaking, I doubt banks are done with that. That's another important problem, which I doubt. Now, I would like to highlight a very important concept and then I take you through few things from this book and let you know about very important concept. Number one, what the hell is benchmark regulation? First of all, we need to learn what is benchmark. The vernacular means the lexical, better word would be lexical. The lexical means the dictionary meaning of a benchmark means it's something we would like to compare. So example, when it comes to Australian cricket, we have multiple benchmarks. Ricky Ponting, Brett Lee, Clayton McGrath, Mitchell Starc, Stephen Smith, all have their own benchmarks. Like Ricky Ponting is a blend of captaincy, run scoring, his attitude, and how to handle the team. Exceptional. Stephen Smith is an example of how to score runs, how to stand in the tough conditions. Brett Lee, who got near about 750 wickets, international wickets. It's an example of how to cross the barrier. Even the last ball, he was near about 150, which is an exceptional. Glenn McGrath is an example of how, with relatively less speed as compared to Braitley, but you are still a successful and almost unreadable bowler. A benchmark is something we compare to, just like AB de Villiers. We compare AB de Villiers is a benchmark when it comes to unorthodox batting, when it comes to batting beyond convention, when it comes to, playing a cricketing shots which are not mentioned anywhere in any textbook. And that's not about IPL, it's about the test matches, one day internationals, probably in T20s and all. Similarly, we have benchmarks in financial markets. Now, what the hell is financial markets benchmark? There is a difference, and that we need to learn before I continue. The difference is AB de Villiers is a benchmark in the modern cricket. And if any youngster is able to meet that benchmark, it means he is on the right track, which means that the success, the name, the fame, the respect, the dignity, the value which AB de Villiers earned over the period of the time due to his unorthodox attitude, he who would be learning like AB, he would be getting the same. Probably the consistency, that's more important thing. But AB de Villiers can play any unorthodox shot because the cricketing textbook, I repeat, the cricketing textbook is not stopping AB de Villiers or any other youngster who is following AB de Villiers to play these kind of shots. So there is no limit that you can't play reverse sweep, you cannot play reverse shot, you cannot play reverse pull. If you are able to execute it successfully, please go ahead. There is no harm in that. That's a more important point. If you are able to execute it successfully. But in the world of finance, situation is relatively opposite, just like black and white combination. In the world of finance, the benchmarks are governed by idiots. And these idiots are nothing but the regulators. Regulatory agencies are 20 years behind the current scenario. So if we are living in 2022, then the regulatory agencies are living in 2000. And many countries, regulatory agencies are living in 1980 also. So whether this is US CFTC, whether this is Federal Reserve, whether this is India, whether this is Singapore, Monetary Authority of Singapore, they all are living 20 years before, which means they all are living in 2000. But their ego is so high that they believe they are living in 2040. So there is a difference. The benchmark in cricket never stops any player to play any cricketing shot. Rather, it prays the new cricketers to come up with more innovative shots. On the contrary, the benchmarks in the financial industry, who are more or less governed by these idiots, they push the people to follow the idiocy. And the end result is the world faced the scandals like LIBOR scandal. Now, in this book, although I'm not done, I'm just at page number 40 and I know that how this LIBOR scandal unfolded. In this book, many bankers got prosecuted. They paid heavy fines, many banks paid heavy fines. But at the end of the day, one important question that prevails. Why did you came up with a regulation? I repeat, why did you came up with a regulation which could easily be manipulated? It means, you know what I means. See you in page number second. But remember, majority of the regulations which are made by the so-called regulators, they are obsolete in nature. Like I said in this book, which is by the so-called Bloomberg Press, the height of stupidity prevails. In the part second, we would be covering another important concept. Have a great time ahead.